Hello, everybody. Here I am again with another podcast. D-Boy from the only West Coast Uncensored. If it ain't D-Boy, then it isn't West Coast Uncensored. And anybody takes that name, it ain't West Coast Uncensored. How's everybody doing? I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody for doing what you can to give into this podcast, to watch the content I've been putting out. Definitely about the mental, the spiritual, the physical, and everything that would enrich you as a fullness of your being so you could grow into the highest level of yourself, into the best that you could be, and to achieve some of the things to get your goals going, even to start having a mindset to even start looking to achieve, because some people can get so stuck that they don't even look to achieve. They're so stuck that they can't even get started. That's happening. People have came to me with that, saying they want to do something they can't get themselves. It's and we always start here with kicking in that mindset, right? We really want to kick in that mindset so we can get stuff started, stuff on the way, stuff going, so you can do the things that you need to do to go to your next level and live this life with no regrets. Sometimes we ride other people's paths, we follow other people's paths, we rely on other people's opinions, and never really find out what our way is, what our truth is, what our path is, what is our gifts, what are our skills, and what do we got to offer your world for change. Because it isn't about changing anything outside of you. It's about you start with you, because you only have power over you. Anything more than that, you're drifting away from the land that you associated with, and you're in an ocean just drifting with no direction and you don't know how to manage the boat. And we want to manage our vehicle. And I was thinking about this the other day. Think about when you're looking at something and you want to do something differently. Like your car. And I was thinking about this the other day. Look at your car. Your car, if you take care of your car, guess what happens? You're going to take that thing in to get all the repairs it needs. You're going to get the oil change. You're going to get the water change. You're going to get the fluids changed. You're going to get the tires changed. And you're going to do anything it needs to keep that car running so that vehicle can get you where you need to go in your life and manage it. So you'll take care of it. But many of us live our lives with this vehicle, and guess what we don't do? The heart, the mind, the body, and guess what we do? We mismanage it. We toss all kinds of negative thoughts. We take negative mindsets. We never get a change. We don't change the oil. Think about it. We don't change anything of it. We don't work on ourselves. We don't take it to the shop. And sometimes taking it to the shop for your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, the aspects of yourself that are all connected to one big aspect, you don't take that to the shop. You give more attention to your car instead of this vehicle, this car, this carriage, this karma, this car. Notice the word karma has the word car in it because it's a vehicle. So we don't do those things, and we need to really be. One of the biggest tools, if you notice, that I was talking about doing my podcast, was learning how to adjusting. And one of the biggest tools, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, was the being aware of yourself, being aware of your body, being aware of what you say to people, being aware of in a way that you could start to learn to manage yourself and what you put out there and what you receive in. I always wondered why in a job they always give us income, but we never master outcome. It's not even mentioned, the word. So it's one-sided. And when I start knowing this reality of duality, you're always dealing with the yin and yang, the other side, the balance of the other side, and you got to be balanced. So if you're going to have an income, you got to have an outcome. But we major on jobs, on a paycheck is always in the income and never in the outcome. But for us, so it's not given to us. You got to find out these things are things you need to do. Don't rely on somebody else to give it to you, because when somebody else drives your vehicle, they're gonna run your vehicle in the dirt, and they don't really care and are gonna even be concerned about what's best for your vehicle and your mindset. They're not gonna even really care about those things. So just being honest, you got to take care of yourself. You got to do the things that you want to do. Whatever's hampering you, fix it. I think we're living in a time and day with everything going on, and changes are here, changes are coming, that you got to be about your game. It's not child's play is over, and I mean that. You got to start learning to take care of you, your mind, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, and not being driven by things that just don't serve you, and you wonder why, and then you're not even seeing that the aspect of what drives you is always the thing that hampers you, that puts a halt to you. So that's why this is about getting aware. Awareness is a big time tool in your toolbox of yourself. Awareness, being aware of different things, being aware what bothers you, being aware what confines you, being aware what triggers you to negative behavior, being aware what you eat that hurts you. And then just because it tastes good, you keep eating it and eating it no matter how much it hurts you. And then you start seeing the acid of being acidic in your body, and you start seeing the demise of different organs. And then you wonder why. Well, when the oil light came on, you didn't make a change. You didn't change your oil. You didn't change your food. You didn't change your mindset. And then you wonder. You're going to keep wondering and never know yourself. And never know yourself. Hear what I'm saying? And never know yourself. It's about knowing yourself. Knowing yourself in every aspect of yourself. That's what I call leveling up. Going up the chain. Going up the bridge. Going up the 33 bones in the back. Okay? So today's, what I'm going to talk about is three things. It's in correlation. If anybody's been listening to me, know I do that. I'm going to talk about current, currency, and investment. We know about it in one way, but I'm going to show you by the verbiage how this connects to every aspect of yourself in more than just one way that we've kind of been mindseted to think. Knowing the language, and the language, part of the language we're never taught is etymology. We're not, because then you would go into what the words really mean, and then you would be finding aha moments to realize a little bit of rug's been pulled over you, just being honest. And then you can start refining that stuff and really not give any precedence. Notice the word precedence to something over you, because going and realizing that you and managing you and taking on that mindset there's a reason these are called the temples, because you got to enter in and have some awareness. Big tool, awareness. You got to get some awareness. Don't everybody let everything and every thought captain your ship. Every entertainment aspect captain your ship. This media, don't let it captain your ship. It's taking you down the road that it's intended to take you. I'm just being honest. You don't see that. You got to take it to the next level, because it does connect. But this cookie crumbs are left for them who see, who will operate in awareness, and then take that to the next level. So you got to do it and do it for yourself. So current. What is a current? Current is something that belonging to the present time. When we talk about current affairs, what's going on with you currently, current events, present day, meaning present in the now. Notice the word, when we live in the past, when we live in the future, we're never honed in on the present. And the present is what it is. It's a now, and it's where you need to abide at, in the present, because it is a present to you. That is your present, to be in the now. If you're living in the past, you're dwelling in the past, you're going to have anxiety. You're going to also be living in a place of resentment. And I should have did this and should have did this, no peace. And then you start cursing yourself. I'm going to be honest. You start messing with yourself. You start not giving yourself any peace, and anxiety kicks in. So you got to live presently. You got to live present. But it's also current. Notice that. It's also connected to a body of water called a current, especially lakes, rivers, oceans. There's a current that's going. Notice the current's going. And that's why I'm going to drop you some revelation here. I'm going to drop you some insight. That's the reason why you put your money in the bank, because banks control currency, the current. It's pretty easy when you start understanding this. Banks, the river bank, the lake, the bank, in the natural, the bank, the water, is controlled by the bank. The river controls the current. So is that. And we're going to get into how this goes into something else. The other bank. So it's a body of water, which is less movement. Ocean's currents, also electricity is current. Ooh, let's break it down, because you're also a water being, which is the ocean, the water, like it's talking about here. But you're electric beings, because everything is energy within you. You're electric beings. You are. Anything that tells you less, it just ain't bringing it, man. Ain't bringing it. You're electric beings. You're 75% water with electric. Your currency. Your current. If you're not operating in your current, or your current's blocked because another one's controlling because they have the bank, and you're not operating in control of your current. Hear what I'm saying? We're just gonna get a little deeper. Your current. So notice current is keeping that mindset in the present, because it is your present to control your current. Watch this. So electricity's current. Currency, a system of money. Ooh, so we're now seeing that the system of money is connected to the riverbank and also to electricity. Ooh, somebody's been running game on us. I'm being honest. I know this. If you haven't came to it, hopefully you do. But I comprende this completely for number of years. That's why you'll see talking about different countries, different places. You talk about electricity as energy current. Your energy, your water, you're a water house or an aquarium of electricity, currency. You're a walking water current. You are. Your body, 75% baby, and your electricity, the other part. Everything runs on electricity. Somebody is in their deathbed. What do they pop their heart with? They give them they put the machine on to try to save them. The last efforts they always to try to save somebody in a heart situation is get them a battery charge of electricity. It goes together because that's what we are. Easy peasy. Now get this into the metaphysical, the mindset, and the spiritual understanding, and then you start seeing the whole paradigm for what it really is. And maybe you might not support that which really doesn't support you. Left field pavilion grand slam. You gotta wake up. That's what I'm saying. You gotta. Those who wake up will complain to me and be like, yeah. And those who don't, it'll be like, oh, but he ain't getting it. You're still believing in something. This is not the age of disbelieving and having beliefs. Beliefs can be opinions, and they could be inorganic because they don't really provide any truth, the foundation of anything. It's about knowing. It's about waking up and knowing. There's a Led Zeppelin song from many years ago. Which one was it? It was in the House of the Holy album, and it's called I Wonder How Much It Is to Know, during the lyrics of the song. And at the end, towards the end, is I really ought to know, is what it's repeated twice. Middle of the song, it is, there's really a lot I ought to know. And in the end, it says, I ought to know. Meaning, get off the belief and get into the knowledge, because knowledge is going to take you to the ledge of knowing yourself. Then you can jump into the depth off the ledge of knowledge into the wisdom of yourself for your growth, where you start managing your temple, your mindset. You start taking those things and you start creating your currency to work for you and not be a stooge, allowing something else to work against you, and you wonder why. Next level. You invest money for profit, material. Watch this. Electricity is the classic example of energy currency. And energy currency is simply transformed form of energy that came from primary source. That's what I'm talking about. That's your energy within you is coming from primary source. Whatever name you want to get that. No, these names are in no etymology. You know, these names are always what you think they are, because the language is basically, we're talking things of being ancient, and then you find out some of these words, especially you start dealing with English, you start dealing with the Germanic, they're really not as ancient as you think they are, and you're trying to apply it to ancient. It doesn't apply because it doesn't work in etymology. It has another meaning, and you think it has a meaning that you think it has, and it doesn't. This doesn't. I'm telling you, etymology. So energy currency. So this is the thing. When you start really looking at this. Current is the present, and it's also electricity. It's connected to the water. It's connected to what I was talking about, the bank, right? It's connected to the flow off the bank. It's connected to the flow of the water of the lake. It's also connected to the energy source of money. And now if you understand water, watch this. I'm going to drop another golden nugget. Watch. Water tides. A woman's menstrual is tied to the moon. It comes from the moon. The variations of the changes of the moon from waxing and waning and the movements, because the moon changes phases all the time. That's where we get the quarter moon, half moon, 3/4 moon. This is a changing of electricity and energy. It's connected to the tides of the ocean, to the water, and to women's menstrual. That's why when certain women start hanging out together, there's a synchronicity of even their menstruals, because it's a synchronicity of the unity of themselves connected to the source of electricity, connected to the moon. That's why Monday's called Monday, because it really means moon day. Monday, moon day. It's also why when you understand that money's called money, because it actually, the MON represents, get ready, the golden nugget. It's money is moon. Electricity, currency, flow. It's connected to it. That's where it comes from. That's etymology. That's where it comes from. That's the hidden meanings of things that you aren't going to be taught at college at the highest level. They don't teach you this stuff because they don't want to, because others operate and know it, and that's how they can kind of control the current. It's being honest, 100% truth, whether you know it or not. It ain't a belief system, whether it is or isn't. It's when you know, you know. So that's the truth. Monday. Tuesday is, that's why Sunday's the sun is connected. All these days are connected to planets because they're connected to energy. That's why they're going this way. That's why they're still called that. They know it. The fact is the masses don't know it. So you got Monday, Moon Day, connected to the electricity of the current, water. The moon is connected to the water flow of the earth and the water flow of the magnetism of the water, the flow of the tides, the flow of the women's menstruals, right? It's also connected to the electricity, is why they call this the bank. Remember I said you got the bank that's by the river, right? You got that bank by the river. And it controls the currency. That's why you put your money in the bank and they control the currency. They control your currency. And then they teach you, hey, here's your income. We're going to tax it. Here's your income. But you never taught and brought what is the outcome. Now I'm going to tell you what the outcome is. You got an investment. And I can talk all day about outer investments, and there are there's some wisdom in that. But what I'm going to talk about is investment. The key word is not vestment. It's investment. Invest within yourself. Invest in this. Go inside the temple. Invest in you. Invest in you. Go and invest. Invest. Mint. Mint always means mental. Mint. The mint. Mental. Invest mentally in yourself. Control the currency and the investments outward. And the investments of your energy will start flowing for you, that you work it, and you'll see doors open, because there's been doors closed through this mindset that we kept. Whether it's all the things of getting rich isn't just connect to money. And I'm not talking about you have to get rich or be wealthy, but it's a lot of things have been locked up. That's a source of it, but it's not the main source. The main source is invest in yourself and watch the doors open as you start learning how to manage yourself. You are self, yourself. Come on now. Gems and jewels are coming out of them for the ear to hear. And you're going to start seeing that the aspects of this currency is you're going to take it back, and you're going to manage your water. You're a water being. You're going to manage this bank within you, because you can be the bank. You can be the investment in your bank for overall. And then what it is, because it's all currency, the other part of the currency, which is the financial part of the currency, has to follow the flow of you, because you're the bank. Your emotions, your mindset, positivity, learning to be creative, learning to do your passion, not be locked up in prison, working and doing things that you think are right just to make what you call ends meet. Notice the word. We always say, well, you got to make ends meet. The end meet. What you're saying is make ends meet. Looping again, doing the same things over and over, don't satisfy, that don't bring your passion, that don't bring you the happiness, because it isn't about how much you earn. It isn't about what you want to do. It is about that. It isn't about having something be your ultimate goal, but you'll bypass everybody or do not really care about people. If it means for you to get something from somebody, no matter how you hurt somebody or no matter how you take advantage of them, it's not good. It ain't the real deal. It's been already happening to us. Why would we want to do that which has already happened to us? You don't. But if you do it meaning well, it will follow you because your current's operating so well. So the electricity, magnetation and electricity has to connect like magnets. Have you ever seen magnets? Because I remember back in the day, I used to listen to this 80s and 90s rap, and they used to talk about paper chasing. Well, the reason you're paper chasing is because you're chasing paper because it's repelling. It's not drawing to you. You're chasing it because it's repelling. But if you get yourself mindset right, your heart right, and stuff, things are going to not repel from you. They're going to magnetize towards you. They're going to look for you to connect to. Hear what I'm saying? But it's about you doing the work within yourself. Whatever your goals are, whatever your passion is. What is your passion? What is your goals? Start doing the tweaking. I've talked here before, learning the tools to help yourself go to the next level. And if you're stuck, you're stuck. And everybody, like I mentioned many, many times, there's this, you take the sun, which is energy, and you put a prism in front of it. You get the 7 lights, right? You get the 7 different colors. Those 7 different colors, those things are in creation. All those 7 different colors, and you don't really see the black and the white, but they're there. So it's 9, but the 7 in between that's a glorious thing. But also the other side of that prism is you can get in a prison. And guess where the prison can be? It's a place of being stuck. And where does everybody usually, the foundation of where you can find out somebody's stuck is in between the ears, is they're stuck in their mindset. That's why it's called a mindset. Why? Because their mindset, they're not flexible to learn anything past what they've been taught or their traditions or something they've been told with somebody but never identified it within their tuition. That's why colleges are always telling you, come to the college and pay your tuition. Well, it's a copy of you because you need to come into this life, wake up, and pay your intuition. Do the work. Pay the price to activate your intuition, which is knowledge. It's a knowing without having to be told. It's activated me for 25, 30 years. And I've experienced it, so nobody can tell me. Somebody's telling me that I've had people try to tell me, well, and then I just look at it, you ain't experienced it. It's experience is your best teacher. It's better than degree because experience and knowledge is a degree. That's why it's a degree, because degree represents fire. If you have degree, you're going to be hot. If you have a master's degree, you're going to master something. But I see many people with master's degrees, I'm going to be honest, work with, and they ain't mastered nothing. So what good was it? They ain't got no fire in it. Being honest. I'm a truth teller. You've got to master yourself by working on yourself. Look at yourself. What in the physicist of your body, in the alchemy of yourself? Have you ever did the alchemy of yourself? What works and what doesn't? I've been doing it for years. That's why I've been able to transform. And there's times I judge myself, and then one day I woke up and said, "What are you talking about?" Myself told myself, "What are you talking about? You have transformed. You did this. And I said, "Yeah, I have." When I got to the discipline and got to the mind shift and the mind change, I freaking made it happen. I'm not trying to brag. I did. But I got a lot more to do that. In my business that I've started just not even 6-7 weeks ago, me and another 2 partners ranked up. And we're like, oh, okay, that's cool. We ranked up, got some good kickbacks, love this business. The business is about helping people. This business is about health. This business is about health, mind. You can make money off of it. You can work towards entrepreneurship where you start creating your own currency and not relying on something else to be your master, and always relying on it can be. And how many people through this pandemic have been told, we like you, you're a great worker, but bye-bye. We have no need for you. Avoid that. Create your own currency if that's your mindset to do it. Whatever your joy, your passion, whatever's your turn on, do it. Man, I was talking to somebody and they said they love the show Friends. I said, you ever thought about doing a Friends podcast? Podcasts take off. You can get paid for your podcast and Friends. And they're like, really? I said, yeah. You know so much about it. Go monetize it. You'll get a group following you, listen to your podcast every week or a couple times a week. Aren't monetizing it because that's your passion. Whatever your passion is. If your passion is you like to flip things, go to the Salvation Army, or go to Goodwill, or go to garage sales and buy stuff and buy stuff for 50 cents and sell it for $4, and it's able to do it, and then ship it to them, and you start saying, hey, I made $400 this week, and I made $500 the next week. You're entrepreneur in it, man. You're doing the deal. You're doing it for you, not for anybody. And then if you love it, it's your passion. It's not a job. I think when people get connected to their passion, they don't look to retire. They'll keep living their passion, right? So remember this: be current, be present, and know it's electric. Present is electric. Present. It is also your present. Currency. We've always looked at it money, but it's also water. It's also, you're a water being. Your currency. Keep your currency. That currency of money is connected to your currency of your electric, of your water being. Your electric water being. You are electric. Get that. If you could ever get that revelation, understand it, know it, it will be life-changing. And then learn to manage it. Now you're going the next level up. You're leveling up in your mind change. You're changing your life through this. You are changing your life. You are doing the work. And I'm telling you, you got to do the work to have the absolute. Then you're looking at the energy current. And energy current is electricity. I just said you're an electric being. You're like the walking eel. You're a walking water aquarium of the electricity flowing through it. That's why if you die, what do? They try to jack you with a boost like they do with car energy. Get that battery working again. Your heart's connected somewhat like a battery. Get that thing kicked back in. Boom, boom, boom. It starts up. Okay, the monitor's working. Their heart's working again. No heart attack. They're still alive. We save them. Why? Because you're water. You're electricity. And then also investment. Invest in yourself. Right here. Other investments will follow with it, with business, investing money or investing cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and all that stuff, Ethercoin. This is the changing of the age. We've had the water, we've had the gold age, we've had the industrial age. We're going the ether age. It is. Them who know what I'm saying will go, cha-ching, I get it. It's registering. That revelation's registering. Because I'm about breaking traditions in every aspect. I've been doing it for 30 years, and I will continue till when I know something, I know it. And if I don't know it, I'm not going to play an ego game and tell you, well, I know that too. No, that's not me. I don't ride the ego train. I took many years to get that thing in balance because it serves me. I don't let it make me a servant to it. Get that currency right. Investment. Remember, it's invest. Clothing within yourself. Invest mental. The word ment is mental. Investment. And then then that money, even the currency are lacking that you think you have and all this stuff, and you like to do this and this. When you get that investment in this currency right, the other currency is currency, so it has to flow to that water. It has to. Remember I told you what? The moon is connected. Money is moon. Why? Because moon controls the water of the earth and the currency, which is you, electric being. How do I know? Women have menstruals connected to the moon. There's cycles like the moon. Still, truth, baby. Wake up, see your full being, know yourself. Everything in this reality tries to distract you from knowing yourself to keep you outside yourself. And there's this old Indian, not Native American, Eastern Indian saying. It's very, very ancient. Very, very ancient. Was when the people walked and wandered outside of themselves, farther and farther away, they forgot their source. Because it's within. All the great teachers have taught it. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within. Quit looking, you know the signs of the sun, you know the signs of the moon, you know the signs of the days, but you don't even know that it's within you. Buddha said the same thing, it's within you. I was watching this, somebody had posted this video the other day about how in Japan everybody is kind of really pays respect to each other, whatever they're doing. There's just not all this confrontational and judgment, and people are going, I want to live there. It's because this foundation of this culture is built on mindfulness of meditation for thousands and thousands of years. It's the foundation of Buddha. And what I mean by that, well, before you Westerners go, oh, I'll break that mindset too, is because mindfulness is taking it, you're mindful. You go into meditation, you hush the chatter of the left and right brain going at each other all the time. So you hush it and you take control of it. And then, because you do invest in you, it's easy to invest outside of you. And I'll close with that. This is D-Boy from West Coast Uncensored. You guys have a great day.